started hooping. So I've been hooping for about 5 years now, and in that time I've been able to teach, make content for this channel, as well as perform, and it's been a wild, fun, crazy, amazing ride. But it occurred to me that I never actually got to tell my story of how I started hooping. So that's what we're gonna do today. One day I was just chilling in my room watching YouTube videos, and I was watching one of my favorite creators. Her name was Wana, and I don't think that she makes videos anymore, but I was obsessed with her channel. She made content about veganism, and at the time I was trying to learn more about it. So one of her videos caught my attention. She was going to be doing a vegan what I eat in a day, and then she was going to do a stretch sequence as well as hooping. So I was like, okay, cool, let's watch. And she did her whole like vegan what I eat in a day. She showed her food, and then she got out her hula hoop and she started hooping. I was like, what is this sorcery? What is happening right now? She did like such beautiful tricks. Like nowadays it's like, oh, she did an isolation, she did an escalator, she did like, I don't know, like a handspin. Like, it's all worn into me now, but at the time I was like, what is this sorcery? What is she doing? It's witchcraft. And if you know anything about me, when I find something to be really cool, when I'm blown away by it, when I'm like, my breath is taken away, it's like I have to do it. Not only do I have to do it, but I have to master it. I have to become really good at it. I don't know what it is about me. That's just how my brain works. So when I saw hooping, I was obsessed. I'm like, I need to do that right now. I need a hoop right this very moment. And from there I was like set, like I'm gonna start doing this hula hoopy thing and I'm gonna get good at it. And then funny thing happened, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about the video, I forgot about hooping, and I went about my lovely little black ass life. Then about a month later, we went to an oil selling party where you just like sit around and test out oils, and it's just good vibes, and you get your friends together and all that. And my mom invited some of her friends. One of her friends invited this girl, her name was Sabrina, and she was a hula hooper. And when she introduced herself to me and said, I'm a hula hooper, I was like, wait a minute. You mean you're one of those people that like play with a plastic circle and, you know, like do like super cool tricks and stuff? She's like, yeah. I was like, I want to do that. So we got to chatting and like really hit it off, and she was telling me that she has like a bunch of hoops. So then we just exchanged numbers and I had a hula hoop friend. A little after that I hit her up to hang out and hoop, and yeah, it was so much fun. I was like, this is insane, it's beautiful, it's amazing, I'm obsessed. And yeah, she let me borrow a hoop and I just started learning on my own and just teaching myself different tricks and watching YouTube videos. I went through something like rather annoying and frustrating with my job, and I ended up quitting. And so now I had all this free time on my hands. I was just in my house trying to figure out what to do, and boom, there's a hula hoop. So I picked it up and I just never put it down. There's also like a guy in the mix at the time, and that was really stressful and crazy, and I just turned to hooping as like a stress reliever. Hooping was like nothing I ever experienced before. It completely took me out of whatever I was going through and created just joy and fun in my life. Eventually I ended up giving back the hoop to my friend, and I bought my own. I bought a 35-inch hoop and 32-inch doubles. And I started like really aggressively learning. And I can say that I progressed pretty quickly, but like I wasn't like solid until about like my 3rd month hooping. Like I finally like was able to like start shoulder hooping. I was learning some things with doubles. That's when I was like really seeing myself progress. I was still kind of like robotic. I definitely hadn't found my flow yet, but once again, it was still just like such an amazing outlet for me. It was just like the happiest thing in my life. Like I could have the most depressed, anxious day, and hooping would just get me completely just out of it and into my body, out of my head. It was just a godsend. I didn't really start to flow, like find the flow state, find my flow in particular, until about 6 months in. I get a lot of questions about that, like how long does it take to like start flowing? Like, that is completely up to you. I know for me in the beginning, I was practicing a lot because, once again, as I said, I was unemployed, and also I do have a dance background. I get a lot of questions about that as well. So I don't know if like having a dance background translated into being able to hoop or whatnot. It was an amazing time. There was so much wonder back then, and I was like just this baby hooper that wanted to learn everything. And I used to do this thing where I would just like listen to a song and close my eyes and imagine myself hooping. And at the time I didn't have these skills, but I would imagine myself like doing all of the breaks and paddles and shoulder hooping and tosses and like flips and dips and all this stuff. The terminology I didn't have at the time. And it's crazy looking back because like I can now do all the things that I imagined myself to do. Hooping is both really hard and so freeing that it just takes all of your mind, heart, body, emotions to just like really get into it. And it's just like the most freeing experience, honestly. In those moments when I'm like feeling down to the point where I don't want to hoop, I like really remind myself of how I felt about hooping at the beginning and how much joy and happiness and freedom it brought me. After all these years, being able to release a course and help other hoopers on their journey, it's just, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful full circle thing, pun intended. If you are a hooper, congratulations, sister. Like, I love that for you. And if you are thinking about hooping, please start your hooping journey. You will not regret it. We are going into 2022. I dare you, buy a hoop, get one from like freaking Walmart. I don't care. You want to upgrade at one point to a quality hoop, but get yourself a hoop. Start your journey. You will not regret it. It will be amazing. If you are starting your hoop journey, please check out videos on my channel as well as my website, zoejoyblack.com. I have heaps of content, tutorials, and courses to get you started on your hoop journey on the right foot. And yeah, guys, hooping has been amazing for me, and I only hope that you enjoy it just as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.